rejoin the live. Let's continue on the mission that I set out on for the declaration of the power of truth. The power of truth. You know, it is the second day of May, the day after we have been shook with a 4.5 magnitude earthquake, exactly the same area the epicenter was located from the October 30th, and that strings of earthquake, we have another one there last night, and there could be many more around the world. Welcome to Tychicus Laugh and Learn. Now this program is about laughter, love, and learning. Right? 3L. Laugh and you love and you learn here. So we displayed love here, and we look at very, very important topics to speak about. Right? Now, we will continue. Yesterday, we speak on the truth. So this morning, from a biblical perspective, I will illustrate to you a story that as in the Bible. But if you're not a holder of the Deuteronical's Apocrypha, you won't be able to track the story as I go through it and exegete in it to a point as I can, right? And to make you understand two things we want to get out at the ending of this discussion, right? Is for the female to acknowledge their power, because we have come to learn that you have lots of female out there today who do not acknowledge the power that they have. They aren't acknowledging themselves as a powerhouse. Henceforth, they do all manner of things to degrade and to lessen their purpose on planet Earth. Right? So the story that I'm about to bring forth to you, right? It comes from the book of Esdras. 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 And you have first and second Esdras. This one will come from first Esdras chapter 3. Right? And we would want you to fully understand the power of truth and the power of the female. I was listening to the news this morning, and I heard in the parish that I'm from, Manchester, Greendale, Mandeville, we learned that a female bartender were unalive to the powers of the guns. Right? I often wonder and saying to myself, why these ladies or these men are carrying out such brutal act on the females? Well, in my deep meditation and observation, I come to realize that it is the lack of knowledge and the power and the purpose of the female one doesn't acknowledge. So they take them out at will. Now, the story that I'm about to unfold to you, it was at least 3 guards. We call them security guards out here. This story or this truth did not coming from someone who have PhDs or they were university graduates. It is coming from someone, or people would say, I want simple guard that man. I guarded that, as they were commonly called, Gardi. You get me? So they came up with the idea and with the knowledge to wrote about these things, right? To show the importance of the difference of things that is on earth today. It's a wonderful story. All that I asked you to do this point in time, share this live. Encourage people to share the live, right? Support the live. Like, you can just support it by just liking it, right? As you would have done to other lives that doesn't have all that substances in it as this one would have had, right? Support a live that can help a situation with the coming generation. Let us build, on knowledge. Let us build on education. Let us make wisdom be the key to the success of the coming generation, as we would have naturally seen that something is gone amiss with this generation. In Jamaica, yes, we have this terrible school problem, behavior of the school goers and the school leavers, and to the younger generation and a whole, right? We have seen it, and the keen observers would have bring it down, narrow it down to false education, right? Lock the profound knowledge of whom they are and their purposes. So I said, I'm gonna lead and uses my social space, right, to bring to whosoever will, right, a more profound understanding of whom they are, so they can put a little more respect to themselves right? A little more value to themselves. Don't give away yourself cheaply. Don't give away your life cheaply. Don't involve into certain things that you don't have to. When you're on the social space, be constructive and not destructive. Right? Right? Develop a love for programs like these. Support programs like these. Support hosts like these. Right? Because we are watching, and we are seeing what you support. And some of the time we have really come to the conclusion that what you support, it is the things that is much more detrimental to human being. Right? Yes, the things you laugh about. Right? Yes, we come to know, and it becomes a norm to the generation coming, and they started to use those insensitive things, the stupid things, and it becomes a norm because they're those that were before them endorses it. No young generation people can come ever tell you that this man endorses backway mating. This man endorses murder, crime, and violence. This man endorses stupidity. No. And that's the reason why, because I refuse to endorse things like those when I'm on my life, I have to like myself. Because I refuse to endorse stupidity. And I will now endorse things that is constructive. And that is how I would love to see it trend. But as Buju Banton says, it's not an easy road. The glamour and the glitter, don't think it's a bed of roses. And I come to realize that on social media, right, you get more fight than what Mike Tyson is gonna get later on in the boxing ring, right? And the songs that says the bravest soldier get the hardest fight, right? Right? The true messenger get the hardest sticks, right? But those that are not true, those that are not real soldiers, get all of the blings and the ray and the tay. I'm just bringing these things to you just to prime just to prime your knowledge base, right? To take a more profound look. If you have the class to just lend your ears, right? Because some people definitely lack the class and the ability to listen. Some lack the class and the ability to comprehend. Some lack the class or the ability to be honest. Yes. And if you're dishonest, you will sit there and hear me reeling off truths from the tip of my tongue until I'm thirsty and dried, and you would have never support what I'm saying. But you seek every day to see and you support the hilarious pretty this, ugly that, this, that, and the things that can really help the coming generation, you add no word to it. You add nothing to positivity. You don't support truth. You don't support rights, right? You don't support decency. You don't support good value. You don't support the morals of life. And I'm just opening these things to you just in case you did not understand what you are doing and what you're supporting. Tony Rebel said, be careful of what you teach your children. Make sure and not something to hurt them. Right? Make sure it's not something to hurt them. Yes? When you go on these platforms as a female and you keep showing off the deepest part of your secrecy, right? What do you expect your offspring to come and do? Right? Think about it. Right? Think about it. So, what we are endorsing here is profound knowledge. Profound knowledge uses this space intelligently. Right? Right? Because nothing is wrong with the world. It's simply the people of the world something is wrong with. Right? So Tychicus, thank you Dante Fitzroy just joined, welcome, right? And Anonymous, yes. I saw P. Goodable. I love that name. I think I have a video out that I'm saying nobody want to claim the name Goodaz again. Everybody want to claim the name bad, wicked man, killer, right? Nobody wants to claim the good, constructive names, and that is what I'm speaking of. That's why I go hell bent in bringing deep knowledge, right, to you, so that people can know that they must not give themselves a name of destruction, because that will also play out in their daily life. The laws of attraction, they will pull that to them. A man call himself killer. Next week you hear say John Brown OC killer has on the most wanted list for a murder committed in Brownstown. Right? He leaves his name. Right? Those are the simple things I want to get across, begging for people to support these things. Right? The one that comes out and said, I'm fully done, get a lot of support. So till even the Prime Minister of the country started to use that terms. Right? You get me? How they support the negatives. Right? Bro, God has been used, and the Prime Minister of the country takes on the name Bro God. Right? One of our most famous artists takes on the name Cartel. Right? And find himself in all sorts of misery and trouble. Right? One animosity went to Sting and created animosity at Sting. Right? And what was the name? Well, what was the name of the other one again? Right? two negative names, right? So that's why I have programs like these, right? For you to look deeper in yourself than we hear the authorities trying to mend the situation with the schools, and they could only come up with a solution of sending pastors into the school, which is a retrograde step. Clearly, a retrograde steps, because they are not profound. They are not profound in their thoughts, right? They don't go deeply in their thoughts before they signed off on these things, right? And so every second they have to amend the law, readjust, right? We heard about the financial shortfall in the budget, right? The topic is the wisdom and the purpose of a woman, the females. That's the bottom line, Camille. Right? Now, reason why I go so far is just that I'm saying the people who has the profound ideas are the one that been looked up on the least, and the one that comes up with such an idea, the story that I'm gonna bring forth is three security guards. If you are a holder of the Deuteronicals Apocrypha, right, then you can grab it right now and follow the conversation and turn to page 1024, and you will find Esdras, the book of Esdras, first Esdras, about the debates of the bodyguards before the emperor. And I'm gonna give you a slight idea of what the story is, right? Try, share the life, and be patient and listen and participate to the very end. Listen this. The emperor Darius gave a great banquet of all those under him, all the members of his family and staff, all the leading officials of Persia and Media, all the chief officers, administrators, and the governors of the 127 provinces stretching from India to Ethiopia. When everyone had enough to eat and drink, they left, and Darius went to bed. He felt asleep, but soon awoke. Then the three young men who served Emperor Darius as his personal bodyguards said to one another, "Let each one of us name the one thing that he considered the strongest thing in the world. The emperor will decide who has given the wisest answer to this question." Right? So you see how important wisdom is, right? "And will give magnificent gifts and prizes to the winner. He will wear royal robes, drink from a gold cup, and sleep in gold bed." That's what the winner will get. "He will have a chariot with gold studs, bridles, wear a fine linen turban, and have a gold necklace. Because of his wisdom, he will be advisor to the emperor and will be given the title relative of the emperor. That goes to show how important wisdom is, right? Are you going to take up the challenge, right? This morning. And from this morning, you started to seek more wisdom, right? Right? Then each of them wrote down the best answer he could think of, sealed it, and put it under the emperor's pillow. They said to one another, when the emperor wakes up, the statements will be given to him. He and the three leading officials of Persia will decide who gave the wisest answer. The winner will be given the prize on the basis of what he has written. The first wrote, there is nothing stronger than wine. And he illustrates. The second wrote, there is nothing stronger than the emperor. And the third wrote, there is nothing stronger than a woman. But truth can conquer everything. Right? Before I go any further, you can give me the correct answer. Right? I will read them again. The first wrote, there is nothing stronger than wine. The second wrote, there is nothing stronger than the emperor. And the third wrote, there is nothing stronger than a woman. But truth can conquer anything. Come on, your participation now. What do you think? Who will run away with the prize? Camille? Who will run away with the prize? Call your mama, call your papa, call your auntie, call your niece, call your friend. Right? Right? This is knowledge. Right? Alright. Right? Alright? When the emperor woke up, the written statements were given to him and he read them. Then he sent messages and called together all the leading officials of Persia and Media, including the chief officers, administrators, governors, and commissioners. He took his seat in the council chamber and had the three statements read aloud. Bring in the three young men, he said, and let them explain their answer. So when they were brought in, they were asked to explain what they had written. It is one thing to write it, to mention it, but now explain it. What have you written? We put them to the test. The bodyguard who had written about the strength of wine spoke first. And here is his defense. Gentlemen, wine is clearly the strongest thing in the world. It confuses the mind of everyone who drinks it. It has exactly the same effects on anyone, king or orphan, slaves or free, rich or poor. It makes everyone thought happy and carefree and makes one forget every sorrow and responsibility. It makes everyone feel rich, ignore the power of kings and officials, and talk as if he owned the whole world. When men drink wine, they forget who their friends and neighbors are, and then they are soon drawn their swords to fight them. And when they sober up, they don't remember what they have done. Gentlemen, he concluded, if wine makes men act in this way, it certainly must be the strongest thing in the world. Now, you see how this God was thinking. That's why I implore everyone to be a deep thinker. Now, this God go deep in a man. And he goes to wine, rum. He goes to the intoxication of the mind. Yes. Yes. And he come up with a formidable explanation of why he could have said the wine. Right? But I often tell people that you have good, better, best. Men, when you find Juliet and you think Juliet is the best girl, go and pick up Jennifer, right? And say Jennifer never better than Juliet. And if you think Jennifer was good, wait until you meet Sandra, right? Good, better, best, right? Right? So you must always learn to go deep, deeper to the deepest, right? Yeah, this is Tychicus Laugh and Learn, right? There's always going to be something to laugh about, and there's always going to be something to learn, right? Once you support this channel, it will be always here to support you. Yes? Tychicus Laugh and Learn. Now let's go on to speech number 2. Right? The bodyguard who had written about the strength of the emperor spoke next. Very interesting, right? He said, gentlemen, nothing in the world is stronger than men. Since they rule over land and sea, and in fact over everything in the world. But the emperor is the strongest of them all. Reasonable? He is their Lord and Master, and men obeyed him. No matter what he commands, no matter what he commands. If he tells them to make war on one another, they do it. If he sends them out against his enemies, they go. Even if they had to break down mountains, walls, or towers, they may killed or be killed, but they never disobey the emperor's order. If they are victorious, they bring him all their loots and everything else they have taken in battle. Farmers do not go out to war, but even they bring to the emperor a part of everything that they harvest, and they compel one another to pay tax to the emperor. Oh, how powerful! He's not done yet. He is very profound and articulate, right? Although the emperor is only one man, if he orders people to kill, they kill. If he orders them to set prisoners free, they do it. If he orders them to attack, they do it. If he orders destruction, they destroy. If he orders them to build, they build. If he orders crops to be destroyed or fields to be planted, it is done. So, power of the emperor, right? 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 Everyone, everybody, soldier or civilian obeys the emperor. And when he sits down to eat or drink and then fall asleep, his servants stand guard around him. without being able to go and take care of their own affairs, for they never disobey him. Gentlemen, he concludes, since people obey the emperor like this, certainly nothing in the world is stronger than he is. Would you agree with number two, the number two guards? What says you? Yet says a mouthful there. If the governor said go and kill, the emperor said go and kill, you will kill. Go and kill yourself. You will go and kill yourself for the emperor. What could be more stronger? Now, I tell you a little earlier on that there is deep, deeper, deepest, good, better, best. It hasn't finished as yet. There is one more guard left to speak. The best guard that left to speak, is it the best wine? Leave for the last? Stick around. We're getting there. The bodyguard who had written about women and the truth, it was Zerubbabel. And to tell you that something else is different about this guard, the previous two guard no name mentioned. This guard name was so powerful that the author has to make sure that his name mentioned here. Zerubbabel. 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 Yes. This is the guard that wrote about a woman. Yes. Yes. So he started his story. Gentlemen, the emperor is certainly powerful. Powerful men. Powerful men are numerous and wine is strong. But who rules them and control them all? It is woman. Mighty God. Coming in hot, hot, hot. Firing some shot, shot, shot. I'm coming in hot, hot, hot. Firing some shot. What a shot! Zerubbabel fired at them, right? Talking about taking shades. Let's hear that again. Gentlemen, he began, the emperor is certainly powerful. Men are numerous and wine is strong, but who rules and controls them all? And he says, is woman. Is woman. Why did Zerubbabel go so deep? Because the emperor himself comes from a woman. Right? The emperor himself, all men, comes from a woman. So that's how deep Zerubbabel started out in his initial stages of his delivery. Then he said, woman gave birth to the emperor and all the men who rule over land and sea. Woman brought them into the world. Woman brought up the men who planted the vineyards from which wine comes. How deep Zerubbabel gone? That good, better, best. That deeper, deep, deeper, deepest. So when you think you have deep knowledge, there are profound knowledge out there. And today, I'm quite sure that you're realizing that. Right? Women brought up the men who plant the vineyards from which wine comes. Women make the clothes that men wear. Not necessarily so now. Women bring honor to men. In fact, without women, men could not live. Do you agree? Come on, men. Come on. Give me something in the comments box. Are you with me? Are you understanding? Right? Where are you from? Are you in Jamaica? Are you not understanding my language? You can let me know. You're not understanding. Stay with me. Support the live. Knowledge passing. Wisdom passing. This is not a live about tearing down anyone. This is a live about edifying someone. Support it. Bossa likes on these things. Bossa likes on these things. Show that you know how to appreciate good things on the internet. Blame them and shame them. Right? Shame them by showing your support amongst positive teachings on the internet, instead of showing your support of a man, a young miss showing their underwear, a young miss showing their private parts, one artist clashing verbally, destructively with their one another, right? Show that you support knowledge, deep, profound knowledge. That's what the world lacks of today, because a lot of you out there, even as female, don't know your strength and your purpose, and Zerubbabel is telling you who you are today. Right? I'm just a vessel carrying the message to you. Right? So I won't take credit. It is Zerubbabel who wrote it, who comes up with the idea and give it to the author. Right? And I'm bringing it to you to sensitize you who don't know your strength. You're giving yourself away cheaply. Some of you dead to man, right? When you bring them come, anything man say, you jump or do it, right? And you bring the man come here. You carry him for 9 months, right? Know yourself, ladies. Respect yourself, ladies. Stop giving away yourself on the common cause. Stop commoning out yourself, ladies. Doing some sort of things with yourself, ladies. Stop it. And take a stack and look how powerful you are. Lord God, I see someone lock up them phone, jump up at the live. Because why? You just come on out yourself. Yeah? You just do it a while ago. You just degrade yourself. Right? So the word I'm speaking now is a proof of your guiltiness, and your action, just tell it. Yes. Yes. Wow. Hold on. Zerubbabel never finished. Woman makes the clothes that men wear. Women bring honor to men. In fact, without women, men couldn't live. Men may accumulate silver or gold or other beautiful things, but if they see a woman with a pretty face or a good figure, they will leave it to all to gape and stare, and they will desire her more than their wealth. You know how many accident woman cause? Accident! Get out my way! You know how many drivers steering on women and takes life, sometimes their own life and the life of others, right? Eh? Is Zerubbabel wrong or Zerubbabel right? Is it right or important or edifying for me to bring it to you in such a profound manner? Hmm? Is it disturbing or it is edifying? Is it a good thing or a bad thing for me to have this sort of discussion on this live this morning? If you feel that it should be on, then supported it. Right? Right? Yes. They will leave it all to gape and stare, and they will desire her more than their wealth. A man will leave his own father who brought him up and leave his own country to get married. He will forget his father, his mother, and his country to spend the rest of his life with his wife. Alai? Kachiat. Kachiat. Alai? Kachiat. Alai? Mr. was robbed, stolen, and plundered. He will bring the loot home to woman he loves. Alai? Kachiat. Alai? Good. Know what to support. When you see good things on the internet, support it. Right? A man loves his wife more than his parents. Some men are driven out of their minds and on account of a woman, and others become slaves for the sake of a woman. Others have been put to death, have ruined their lives, or have committed crimes because of a woman. So now, do you believe me? What says you? What do you believe? Do you comprehend? Do you agree with Zerubbabel? Or do you disagree with me enlightening you? Right? Zerubbabel never finished. The emperor, powerful. The emperor's power is certainly great, said Zerubbabel. No nation has the courage to attack him. But once I saw him with Ampane, his concubine, the daughter of the famous Barticus, while sitting at the emperor's right. She took his crown off his head, put it on her own, and then slapped his face with her left hand. And all the emperor did was look at her with his mouth open. When she smiles at him, he smiles back. And when he gets angry with him, he flatters her and teases her until she is in a good mood again. Gentlemen, if women can do all that, surely there can be nothing stronger in the world. The emperor and his official just looked at one another in deep surprise. Like, I can imagine you, they're soaking up this deep knowledge. I can imagine, how you feel inside, how you feel renewing inside. Right? Now, Zerubbabel he gave a two-part. He said woman and truth. Now he's gonna bring forth the other part of his knowledge. Now, woman, all of that you heard about woman, but Zerubbabel going deeper in the truth. Right? Then Zerubbabel began to speak about truth. Yes, gentlemen, he said, women are very strong, but think of how big the earth is, how high the sky is. Think how fast the sun moves as it rapidly circles the whole sky in a single day. If the sun can do this, it is certainly great. But truth is greater and stronger than all of these things. Everyone on earth honors truth. Heaven praises it. All creation trembles in a way before it. There is not the slightest injustice in truth. You will find injustice in wine, the emperor, woman, all human beings, in all they do and in everything else. There is no truth in them. They are unjust and they will perish. But truth endures and is always strong. Yes, it will continue to live and reign forever. Truth shows no partiality or favoritism. It does what is right rather than what is unjust or evil. Its decisions, everyone approves when truth does. Its decisions are always fair. Truth is strong, royal, powerful, and majestic forever. Let all things praise the God of truth. Now, how powerful Zerubbabel is. Can Zerubbabel get any deeper and sweeter? The man was deep. The man was sweet. Let's listen to the benefit for his wealth of knowledge. When Zerubbabel had finished speaking, all the people shout, "Truth is great. There is nothing stronger." Then the emperor said to them, "You may ask anything you want, even more than what was agreed, and I will give it to you. You will be my advisor, and you will be granted the title relative of the emperor." Zerubbabel replied, "Your Majesty, permit me to remind you of the solemn vow you took on the day you became emperor. You promised to rebuild Jerusalem and to send back all the treasures that had been taken from the city. Remember that when Cyrus made a vow to destroy Babylon, he set these things aside, and a solemn promise was sent back to Jerusalem. You also promised to rebuild the temple which the Edomites burned down when the Babylonians devastated the land of Judah. So, Your Majesty, because you are a man of generosity, I beg you to fulfill the solemn promise you made to the King of Heaven." Then Emperor Darius stood up, kissed Zerubbabel, and wrote letters for him to all the treasurers, governors, and administrators in the province, ordering them to provide safe conduct for him and all those who were going with him to rebuild Jerusalem. He also wrote letters to all the governors in Great Syria and Phoenicia, with a special instruction to those in Lebanon to transport cedar logs to Jerusalem and help Zerubbabel rebuild the city. Wow! What a powerful discovery we have made this morning. Those who have the capacity of knowledge and honesty to ascertain this. Remember, this particular live will be reposted on my YouTube channel. And if you haven't remembered all that is said, subscribe to my YouTube page, Reginald Martin 4915, right? And you'll see all of my teachings. And I want you to encourage your friends, your neighbors, your mamas, your papas, and even your enemy to support Tychicus Laugh and Learn. You won't know. The very next topic can help you, as this one, I'm quite sure, help a lot of these young girls to know that they must not devalue themselves. They must not feel inferior, right, in what they do. They must have the strength. You don't have to go out there and lowering yourself, right? There's things that you can do. Ladies, use wisdom more than your vagina, right? You are powerful. You have already done enough. Women, you don't deserve to be slaughtered like donkeys and goats and cows. Who are slaughtering you is whom you have brought here. Right? 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 Know yourself. Right? Your power not only lies in your panties. Right? Please remember that. Your beauty doesn't lies within your panties. Please remember that and value yourself. And I hope you have daughters that you are teaching, or you are ready to teach what I just teaches you, right? Remember, it will be back on YouTube. yeah. Sugar Ray, yeah, thanks. Right? This will be posted on YouTube. All the truth that you have heard here, you can go back there and refresh your memory of what has been said, right, in this Laugh and Learn presentation. Remember what I'm about? I'm about to go deeper in knowledge for the benefit of the coming generation. Pluto Shervington said, who are leave gone already, who are still hang on steady. But I'm catering for who hasn't been here as yet, who not come here yet, right? So that no guy can come all a gun of them years. My little daughter, granddaughter is here and said, open your legs. No guy can show you a snatch of money, right? Right? A trailer load of money and said, open your legs. And after you open your legs and use the gun and say, get out of my place. Get out of my face. Value yourself. Right? Know yourself. Right? You are powerful, ladies. Right? Stop devalue yourself. Then that's what you do in many ways. Many instances when you are born black and you want to look white. Many instances, right, when you forsake the living man for an artificial man, right? You're devaluing yourself. Everything, every sex toy that you placed in your body, you're devaluing yourself, right? You're devaluing yourself, right? Try and get the real authentic man. Yes. Yeah, bless up, Empress. Try and get the real man. Man that has blood in his finger, blood in his penis. Those are the things that ought to parade the area of the vagina. Nothing without blood, nothing that doesn't contain blood must ever find its way into the woman's vagina. You are devaluing yourself as a human being. And you can say you heard it from Tai Chicos and his Laugh and Learn program, Morning Time. And I said to you, tell your mama, tell your papa, tell your auntie, tell your niece, tell your friend, tell even your enemy about this level of teachings. Right? Tell everyone. Right? We must get it right. We must get it better. Right? Remain as you are. You don't have to change yourself. Naturality is the highest quality. And that's where we will leave that one this morning. Yes. We thank you all for joining. Remember, you can go with the words. Naturality is the highest quality. Woman, don't you ever underestimate or devalue yourself by doing crazy things to your body. You are powerful. All the engineers, the emperors, the prime ministers, the king, right? The richest man of the world, you, female, has to carry them, right? So try and remember what Zerubbabel